man's is this?
This your man's?
Whose man's is this?
That's your man.
Whose man's is this?
That's your man.
Whose man's is this?
Yo, whose man's is this?
I'm saying, whose man's is this?
That's your man. That's your man.
That's your man's right there. All right, I'll let you, Dress Socks, tell us who we nominating today.
Today we're gonna go ahead and nominate Skip Bayless. You know, FS1, loudmouth analyst who, you know, he says some questionable things a lot. He knows a lot. I'm not gonna say his game ain't. He doesn't know what he's talking about 94% of the time. There's that 6% where you're like, what the fuck are you even speaking on right now? And I think that's where this came from is, you know, Dak came out and he talked about he was dealing with some depression issues and stuff like that because his mom died last year. And then this year, his oldest brother, who was taking care of his mom because she had some medical issues, he ended up killing himself because he couldn't deal with the fact that, you know, he was responsible for the mom and she passed away under his watch and stuff like that. So Dak was talking about how he was dealing with depression issues from not only losing his mom, but his brother killing himself over the fact that, you know, he was suffering from depression for the fact that his parents died. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Skip comes out and he's like, oh, as a quarterback of America's team, you cannot tell people that you're depressed and you can't express depression and you got to keep that balled up and quiet. And basically he was telling him he got to shut up talking about his depression as a quarterback for the Cowboys. And that's why I wanted to call him out because, I mean, motherfuckers deal with depression. They deal with shit different ways. And, you know, my wife, she works for the Crisis Network. You know, she deals with people who deal with depression all day long. And she got to know how to talk to them to try and like take them off that ledge, how to keep them on the phone so they can get help to that person at the time. So she knows all about that stuff. And it's just like, you don't know what somebody's going through. And just because they don't speak up don't mean, or just because they speak up don't mean they're a lesser man or woman than if they were to keep quiet and deal with the shit on their own. And I think if more people spoke up, things would be a little bit better for people in their life because they'd be able to get help. You know, people would be able to help them or talk them through what they need help with and try and be there for them more often than just sitting back not knowing what's going on in somebody's life.
Right. Or judging them all at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you can't relate what they're going through. You can't relate to that. You're speaking out from a position of, you know, you just don't understand what he's going through. And so for you to try to tell him how he should feel or tell him what he should and shouldn't say, you're a jackass.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So that's the only reason I wanted to put that on there because I was like, you know, depression, people deal with depression a lot and, you know, their outlets is different. I'm going to be honest, you know, not having any sports, I was like, dude, what the fuck am I going to do? You know, and, you know, sports started coming back and like I could feel like the liveliness in me coming back and you know, not just sitting in my house 24 hours, 7 days a week, staring at the same stupid ass walls, watching the same stupid ass reruns on
replays,
TV, you know. And so it was. I wouldn't say mentally it was getting to me, but it was getting to me where I was like, fuck, I need something. I need an outlet. Yeah. Sports is my outlet.
Yeah. It's a lot of people's outlet and it's the players' outlet as well. You know what I'm saying? That's their outlet to release, you know, their frustrations and stuff like that. It takes a big person to be able to talk about your depression and the problems that you may have in your family life and stuff like that. And in this, it's one of the great things about social media and how it's affected the world. It's affected the world in a lot of negative ways, but a positive thing it's done is it's brought a lot of awareness and a lot of accountability to mental health, and that's a trend now. That's a good thing that's trending now. People are paying more attention and taking mental health a lot seriously. Like we're done with the whole brush it under the rug, suck it up. You know, don't talk about it. Don't let that stuff's out the window now. You got to get it out. You got to seek help. You got to talk to somebody.
Right.
And just because you know Skip Bayless is an asshole and don't give a fuck about what Dak Prescott's problems is, doesn't mean that the rest of the world doesn't care and doesn't want to hear it. People have this misscrewed view of athletes that they're all like down to earth people, like they're all removed from the world and they're not like us. They regular people, man. They just play basketball for millions of dollars. Or football. They just play sports for millions of dollars. They regular people that go through the same stresses as far as depression. They can hit anybody.
Right.
Just because they're rich doesn't mean their life is perfect.
I think we've seen that over the last few years. You know, you have athletes actually starting to come out. You had Kevin Love come out. You had Wiggins come out. Paul George said in the bubble that he was dealing with depression the first round and stuff like that. You got players and athletes and stuff like that starting to come out and talk about it. And I think that's good for everyday non-athlete making money people like us. You know, when you see somebody like that you're watching and you're like, oh man, you know, I'm watching my team, and then you hear somebody come out and they're talking about the depression that they dealt with, you're like, fuck, I'm dealing with shit too. And if they can do it, I know I can do it. And sometimes that can happen, you know, just by having your favorite athlete or whatever speak out on it could help you personally as well.
That's true.
So fuck Skip Bayless.
All facts.
Yeah,
fuck Skip Bayless. Fuck you, Skip Bayless.
I stopped liking Skip when he left. But shout out to Skip on another note. I did meet Skip. We did get to meet him. He was cool. Yeah, he chopped it up with us a little bit. But yeah, that was some asshole shit right there.
Yeah.
1 second. I just want to get one thing real quick before we move off of this. I feel like that was important. Yeah. While we're on the subject of mental health, man, listen, it's tough out here, especially with quarantine and during this pandemic. Things are changing. The world is different, especially our country is different, and it's tough, man. Make sure you check on your loved ones. Make sure you check on your strong loved ones and the not so strong loved ones. Make sure that, you know, if you having issues, you need somebody to talk to, you know, call up your loved one, somebody you can trust, talk to somebody, or seek professional help. Or hell, if you want to talk to us, you know, you just pop in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pop in the comment section. We'll talk. We'll make you feel better. But if you are feeling like you're overwhelmed and you just really need somebody to talk to and to listen, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 1-800-273-8255. Man, listen, if you know somebody that needs help or if you need help, call that number. Get them some help. On that note,
it does get better.